HCM Extract. So for this, we will show you the navigations. Okay. So we go to setup and maintenance. So whenever first we'll definitely talk about what is an HCM extract, what we do with it, why we do with it, and how we can create reports out of it. So, but first we need to look at how first we need to search whether there's an extract present, and if it is present, how to relate with it. So we need to press manage HCM extract. So whenever you do with us manage HCM extract, we get the tasks over here, that is manage HCM extract. We click on to this. Whenever it was, now you can see all the things which has opened up over here. So we click on the first one. So we can see we have a particular HCM extract out of this result, that is XX HCM extract. This is the name. Now if you want to do anything related to this, we need to click on this and we need to start working on this particular extract. But first we try to understand what is an HCM extract and why do we need it. So the Fusion applications in HCM extract product all allows customer to build custom defined data extract to export the business data. This is very important to understand that it is custom defined data extract to export the business data. The HCM extract functionality is highly flexible and configurable. It's because why it is like that, because it is utilizing a multi-threaded backend from the extraction of process, and what it gives us is our BI publisher based front end for presenting the end result. What we can do is we can get an XML output from here from HCM extract, and as we have learned in the previous classes or sessions, how to build a report from an XML output. So we create the report according to that. So the flow of information through the system is tightly integrated and it results in can be submitted with minimal user intervention. That means once we run the process, once we set a data group, there shouldn't be any user intervention in between. So now we'll provide a particular workflow through which we can understand this extract process. So there are some basic steps while we create the extract. First is designing an extract, creating an extract, running an extract, and then implementing on a incremental extract. So these are the 4 stages of it. Is it clear till here? I think we have a question. Okay. This is very interesting part of the HCM because it helps us to create. So there are 3 different tools which we have learned in this HCM reporting tool. The first was BIP, through which we have created reports. Then we have learned OBI, and this last is the HCM extract. So this extract results are delivered always using a BI publisher, which we have already learned. And if we wish some of the advanced formatting possible in BI publisher, then we can do it in BI publisher, such as grouping, multi-grouping, split by, those things we can do it in peer publisher. So extract. So before learning this HCM extract, we need to learn some of the terms. So one of the select in this, some of the terms are, first is database item. What is a database item? So a database item is nothing but is a basic building block that can be used to build an extract. So it provides a predefined programmatic approach for retrieving an individual piece of information. So database items will also be referred as DBIs, and they can be grouped together. This is a very important thing. They can be grouped together. So behind a database item, there is always a SQL query. So the SQL query, it is defined in the root, and a root is connected to a database item by a user entity. So this is the architecture, how it follows. So this is very important, DBIs. Next is the database item group. So we have learned about database item. Now we learn about database item group. Our database item group allows the database item to execute different root code depending upon the context presented by the DBIs at runtime. So this gives the flexibility actually. Then we have the user entity. So user entity provides a link between DBIs and the underlying root code. So all the systems should be very clear when we are learning HCM extract. A context. So a context is essentially a parameter which is supplied to a root code, that the right level of data should be returned. So this is completely optional, and it can also return as a summary or at a lower level. So how it happens is, like if you see about the HCM extract, so HCM extract's functionality makes use of a database items, again the DBIs, to retrieve data from the human resource product tables. So now I will open up this thing, this extract, to learn more about it. First, we always should learn how to customize the existing one, and then we should learn always about creating a fresh one. So here we can see the different name is HCM extract, status is active. So it has a sequence, and the parameter over here is effective date. So we switch layout because this is a new layout. People may be not like much acquainted to the layout. So we go to the old layout. So now what we can see over here is the main name of the extract is HCM extract. Type is HR archive. Then we click on the data group. So we are drilling one by one down. So the data group has a particular name, or it has a particular in which the data is being retrieved. So it is based on employee. And the user entity, as I was telling you, is per ext sec assignment UE. So there are different, this kind of things are present, user entities, which holds different data. I hope user entity is clear. The user entity provides a link between a DBI and the underlying root code, because underlying there is a SQL query. So this per ext sec assignment UE has details about some particular fields. There can be some others also, like PER, LEG, EMP persons UE, then PER, ASG assignments details UE. So these are different user entities which contain different kind of data in it. So always remember, we need to always put a user entity. Now if you open up this employee, so you can see one by one we are drilling down. So we have created the employee as the root data group. We have spoke about this just now. And this is the user entity over here. Now it has records. This particular data group employee. So the data group we have is employee. So it has records known as worker details. So in worker details, what is there is, it has different, so actually worker details we can relate to the data groups which were there in the BIP. So as we used to name the particular data set, so here we have the particular, under data group we have particular record and it is denoted by worker details. So worker details data set has, we cannot call it as exactly as data set, but this has name, gender, person number, assignment start date and job. These as the different database item group. So whenever we create the data, whenever we create the report, these fields will be displayed in the. So as we saw this thing, so this is how this extract looks like. Then we have extract delivery options. We can always like make it delivered to a particular people. These are the formats which are present, which are supported. And then we have the extract execution tree. So now the HCM extract. So HCM extract is functionally makes use of database items to retrieve data from the human resource product tables. As we are dealing with the HCM, so a list of available database item. So a list of all these database items can be found in accompanying. So whenever we are doing it, we can get it. So a complete extract definition will consist of what are the things, what it should consist of. This extract which we are saying, HCM extract, what it should consider, what it should consist of. So it should be consists of parameters, blocks, block links, filter criteria, records, data elements, conditional actions and delivery options. These are things which you can control, which it can consist of. So now we learn about, so whatever it consists of, we talk about this one by one. What are these things? First we try to learn the basic of it. Once we learn each of the terms, then anyone can create HCM extract by their own itself. First thing which we learned over here is parameters. What is parameters? We just now saw there was a parameter. So the parameter, it may be defined for each extract definition, and this could correspond to the scheduler service, the enterprise scheduler service parameters provided during the execution of the extract process. So a set of standard parameters will be created automatically upon saving an extract definition, as you would have seen the effective date. So the additional parameters may be specified, but if it is specified in your particular requirement, then only we can just put it across. Otherwise, we can have some default and we can put it across. Because when we are extracting data, there should be some parameter by which we should filter the condition and get the data. Next thing is the blocks. So Fusion HCM Extract uses fast formula. This is very important. It uses fast formula user entity to define the query for obtaining a data for a block. Whenever we are creating the HCM extract, we should always use the fast formula, because that provides the query for the obtaining the data for a particular block. So the DBIs would be created for these user entities, which may be used by the data elements within a record, setting the values for the relevant contexts for that block. So the block essentially defines the SQL from and general where clause along with the column that can be a part of the select clause for the database items defined for the user entity. So we'll see this, how it is happening, the fast formula part over here. Sorry, I've put a wrong extract. So we'll click over here. So parameter you can see over here as effective date, the thing which I spoke about now. If you want to add parameter, you can press on the add button over here. Next is we switch the layout. Okay, we switch layout once again. I just wanted to show you over here this. The thing which we spoke away on the starting. So this is the flow: define, design, deliver and validate. So parameters over here, we switch layout. We come to the worker details. So this is the data group. Data group is employee. And inside that, as we are talking about, so we are speaking about block. So worker details, suppose we need to create an extra attribute. So here we need to select the data number and type. So here we can create an extra. If we want to create a particular one, then we can create over here. And that should be always be treated as database item group. If you want to put detail do not display and summary and detailed, we can put it over here. So now we are not creating any existing one. So we can see the existing one also. Yes. It is taking some time, just hold on. So whenever we have created this worker details, you can see worker details is created, and it has the extract attributes. So the process type is fast formula. I wanted to show you this. The process type should always be the fast formula. So next we have the block links. So what is the block link? Block link would be used to form object hierarchy for sequence with records in each block. This is very important, like in each block it has. And remember, whenever you're creating a root a data group, you should always make it as a particular one, as it can contain more than one data group, but one we have to make it as a root data group. One of them we have to create it as a root data group. Always. Why we have to do this? Because this creates the particular hierarchy in the XML output. So block links are based upon the database items defined for each of the respective block user entities. So it specifies the attribute from each block with which to form the job criteria. And a block may be linked to at most one parent block, but may be linked to the parent block using the multiple DBI pairs, hence joint conditions. Then we have the block filters and data elements. So block filter, what it does is, it provides an additional level of filtering of the data returned within a block. So this is very important to notice. So there was a parameter in the beginning also, but this parameter allows it to return within a block. So the record layout is a physical collection of data elements. The block is a grouping of those record layouts. So data elements. So what are data elements? Data elements are defined within a record and may be derived their data from multiple sources. So a data element is used to retrieve single piece of data. What we mean by single piece of data means a specific data. Then we go for designing the extract structure. So this is the very important. So the entire HR information related to like the employees, like it can be grouped by the legal employers. So this is the how the things have been set up over here. So additionally, each person will have at least one assignment or terms. So how this thing is related is, first we have the legal employer, then we have work relationship, and then we have employee. So whenever we have employee, so these, why we are talking about this is how we should select the user entity. So employee can have different details like personal detail, personal address, data like date of birth, then assignment. And again, assignment can be broken into salary, position, job information. And then assignment can be broken up into salary, position, and job information. So now again we list down the steps for creating an extract. Kindly note it down if you are noting down the steps of it. The basic steps to create an extract definitions will be, and these are the primary overview of the high level steps. The first is to create an extract definition. Then is to define the extract parameters, define block, define the records, define elements, and then configure the block link. So this is the steps how we create the different database items. So is extract creation clear to everyone? Okay. So we have completed the next topic, that is HCM Extract. I am not demonstrating creating a HCM Extract report because we have created several reports through BIP using the XML output. So this also results in the same. If you need step-by-step demonstration of extract execution, we can have a particular document sent it out to you. So what we see is, like, we have missed an important point over here. I wanted to give an insight upon this because this will be really helpful when you create it. Like which DBI to choose and which user entity to choose when we are creating the extract. This is generally not covered by a lot of people, but I would like to do this because this is very important. Otherwise, as I know it very properly that which information I need to pull. That's why I have used the user entity as per ext SEC assignment UE. So I need to give you an insight on this, how to select that. Now the frequently used the user entities which we have. If you want, I can like put it down for you also. So the first one is yeah. Can someone tell me what does this UV stands for? As you are listening to the session for a very long time now. So the UV stands for user entity. So this is the first one we need to talk about, the user entity. Per ext SEC organizations UE. Like how it is relevant to HCM and what are the things this particular user entity holds. So the purpose of this user entity is to retrieve organizations such as departments, legal employers, and business units. We have talked about how the designing happens. We talked about this a few times back. So we need to explicitly filter specific organizations by the classification code such as department, HCM_LEMP, and fund_business_unit. So this is one of the user entity. Another one is so this is used to retrieve all the person related information. You can understand from the name itself, PEREXT persons UE. Then we have, so these are the most frequently used ones, so we should have a note of it and keep it as handy. So this is the one which I am using now. So this is used to retrieve all the person assignment, salary related information. So you can see over here, when I have gone forward to create my DVIs, I have used assignment start date, job person number, job, gender. We could have also included salary over here. Next one can be pardon me if my spelling some mistaken then. So this per ext pay employees underscore UE, this is used to retrieve all the person, assignment, salary, payroll kind of data. So this is used to retrieve positions, jobs, grade work, structure details. So now this is a very important one, this per ext. So it's a dummy container used to organize sections at root level when you need more than one above UVs as a child blocks. So this is nothing but this is a dummy container. So it is also used to reset the effective date when we use the historical user entity. So we use this only when we are with the expert with this HCM extract. Otherwise, we generally don't use this particular user entity. So this is used again to retrieve the historical assignment related information. So these are some frequently used user entities. So typically all these user entities should be used in root block. So other user entity, like when we use, it should be used cautiously. Okay. So I think everyone is well versed with HCM extract now. I will just